Hello, it's Kerry from Mobilates, and I'm with you to give you 30 minutes of gentle Pilates inspired movement. And we're going to be a mix of standing, sitting, could be on your chair, could be on your bed, and also a lying down section, but you can do that on your chair as well. So I hope you've had a good week, and I hope it's not too rainy for you. Maybe you've got a break in the rain. Fingers crossed. Shall we get started? Have your feet comfortable width apart, so you're sitting or standing, and place your hands on your chest, one hand on top of the other. I'm just going to do my zip up as it's out of the way. And then I'm stirring my hands around so I can feel my jumper moving, also my skin just slightly moving on my chest and my rib cage. And this just loosens things up. It's really nice if you've had something chesty like a cold or a cough. Just this gentle stirring can feel nice. And then we're going to go the other way. And then let your hands go down by your sides. You can rest your hands on your legs if you're sitting. And we're going to go round with our pelvis. So this is a bit like you're hula hooping. And I'll show you from the side so you can see all the different directions that my pelvis is going. And there's a little bit of tucking under and sticking out as it revolves round. That's it. And then the other way. And then come to the center and bring your legs into a parallel position and bring yourself up onto your sit bones if you're sitting. So you can see I've got my fingers underneath my bottom and I'm just getting right onto the knobbly bits at the bottom of my pelvis. My feet are at about an L shape. If I'm standing, soften the knees slightly, just so they're pointing a little bit more forwards. We're taking a breath into our sides. And as we breathe out, we're doing a little pelvic tilt. So if you're sitting, it's pulling a little bit upwards on your belly, little tip upwards of the pubic bone as you roll back off your sit bones onto the softer bit of your bottom and then forwards, and it feels like your bum's sticking out. If you're standing, it's the same sort of movement. You haven't got the seat underneath to feel, so I tend to put my hand on the front of my belly, hand on my back, so I can feel my back lowering downwards as my belly's coming up. And then the reverse, my belly's getting longer as my back sort of tips up and makes a slightly arch shape. Just going to bring the comments on because I haven't put the right thing on and I feel like I'm by myself and I'm missing all the action. So hello, Jackie. Nice to have you here. Seeing if anybody's checked in. Our regular people. So welcome if you are a regular. Maybe you're here every week or most weeks. Maybe you're a newbie and it's your first time. Welcome. And maybe you just dip in and out and you go around all the different virtual village hall activities and just try everything out. Right, next, shall we do neck and shoulders? So we're going to bring our head back a little. And I don't mean tipping back, I just mean sliding back a little with the chin. And if we're not sure, we can do a little, almost like a sort of chicken turkey, sticking the chin out a little, and then sliding back so it feels like the back of the neck is long. But I'm not forcing either of those. It's like mild surprise rather than, shock and horror. And then we're going to keep that length at the back. I can feel a little extra chin under here, so that feels about right. And then place your fingers underneath your chin. I'm coming a bit closer. So I'm going to have my longest finger there. My chin's just resting on top. And then it's ear towards the shoulder. So that finger under the chin support means that your head doesn't do this sort of turning. It's more about a tilting, like you're trying to pour something out of your ear, but I don't think that sounds very nice. Who wants to pour things out of their ears? And then come back to the center and take your neck on some sort of circle. So I like to go side to side, sort of do this little semicircle U shape at the front. Some people like a circle with their nose, at the tip of their nose going round. And I see some people really like a full circle. If you're doing that full circle, we're almost pushing away with the top of our head as we do that, rather than letting your head drop back. Like a full circle with a lot of length, both directions. And then roll one shoulder back and the other, and let the waist rotate a little. And then we're going to take an elbow to around shoulder height and keep that rotation going. And then bring your hands to your chest. Take a breath into your sides here. And as you breathe in, just allow your chest to go a little upwards. It's not a thrust from here. It's more a bit of expansion, and it just puffs a little upwards. And then let everything wiggle down. So breathing in and soften down. One more. Perfect. And then could you take, still got our legs a little wider. We're going to take an arm out to the side, thumb upwards. This arm is softish. It's not completely stretched out straight like that. It's got a little bend in it. It's a bit like with hitchhiking. And the next one, could you turn and look towards that thumb? Think about 3 each time. I'm going to change sides. So keep looking ahead. Take the thumb out to the side. And the rest of the arm will follow. Just opening out the chest a little here. And then turn to look towards the thumb. Perfect. Next, let's go down to the feet. Give them a little wipe. Just trying to warm them up. It's not like cold here today, but inside it feels chilly. Feet down and wriggling the toes. So you might go one side and then the other. And you're definitely allowed to look. And then we're going to do a heel, lifting that up, so a little squeeze on the calf. Trying to keep the hips really still, especially if you're standing, because they'll really want to do a little wiggle. Then we're going to do a little up in the air. Whoa, switch over. Lovely. And then we're going to bring the arms up. Now my elbows are out to the side, a little bit lower than the height of my shoulders, but they're sort of wide, and I'm going to bring the arms forwards. I'm going to do a little pull back and forwards, back and forwards as I do that, shifting over a little heel raise. That's it. And then take that down, give your shoulders another roll, and bring your arms in at the waist, elbows in, palms upwards. Standing with our feet facing forwards, they can be a bit wider and make us feel a bit more stable. And we're going to bring one arm out and then the other, and the chest just stays where it is. So we're working our rotator cuff muscles. Little external rotation just means you're serving plates out to the side. And just notice if your body just has a little pull like that as you do it, that side may be tighter. So don't force it, just let it do what it needs to do. It may be different to the other side because we're going to work both together. It doesn't mean your hands go out the same. They may do, they may not. And now we're going to do one more before we start reaching these plates out a little further to the side. And then maybe adding some extra balance in. So I'm going to work both arms together. And I'm going to add in that calf raise, that calf squeeze as the heels come up. So out go the arms, up come the heels. Whoa, as my arms stretch a little outwards. and then slowly down, slowly with the arms back, and just let the arms have a little in and out. So we're going to go out at the sides. We're going to raise the heels, the calves get a squeeze. Whoa, up we go, keeping it steady. I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for the wobbles. I'm looking for, I'd rather you went a little bit less high, so a bit lower. Just really steady going up. We're going to do a couple more. If you're seated, bring your legs really close to each other and snuggle them together. I'm going to check where my arms can go here. Because that will bring a balance element in, just making things narrower. And last one. And then give everything a little wriggle out. Right, next, we're going to go for a little sort of round the world type move. So it means one leg stays still and the other leg's going to move in different directions. Now you might want to use a support, and if you're using support to the side, have something that you feel that you can, especially if you feel really unsteady and you might need to lean into it, have it against a thing that won't move. So either shove your chair against something or use something at the side of the room that isn't going to move if you lean into it. So we're going to have the support leg next to anything that's helping you keep your balance. And we're going to take the other leg forwards, side and back. Forwards. See, it's coming back each time. I'm just coming to my toe here. I'm not putting my foot completely down. And if I was doing that sitting, I'd be sat on the front of my chair. I can have my arms out, or I can hold the chair forwards, side, pressing this foot down and tapping underneath as far as I can. Last set. I'm trying to keep this part of my body really still. Did have a little wobble there. Then we're going to do the other side. I like my hands on my hips for this. I've got pretty good balance, and this just keeps my hips really steady. You could have your arms out or be touching something. And as you take this leg back, you don't want any lower back discomfort. So it might be a really small move backwards. This is the last one. And then I'd like you to give your hips another circle. And then we're going to go into a little hip hinge, just sending our bum back, putting our hands into the hip crease or onto your thighs for a little bit of extra spine support. So it's the bum's going backwards. And then we're going to lower, take it back, lower down, send the knee points forwards, going over the center of your toes. And come up. So back. Lower a little down. My gaze is traveling down because I don't want my head like that. So it's just traveling down here. And then I'm coming up. Back. Lower down. And come up. And one more back. Lower down. And come up. And then upwards with the legs a little wider. Hands at the side. Grow tall. So you've got a really long spine. Have a little slide down one way, come up tall, a slide down the other. You've got osteoporosis or osteopenia, very small side bends. Otherwise, we could go maybe a little lower, or you can bring your hands up. So you might bring your hands to touch the sides of your head. If you've got osteoporosis or osteopenia, keep your hands down at the side because there's less weight. And then next time, not so big on the side bend, but we're going to go a little forwards, a little backwards. So this is what it looks like when you've got your hands up here. Otherwise, you could have your hands on your shoulders. It's a really small movement. So this shoulder is going a little bit over here, and a little bit over there. So like to these diagonal opposites. And then the other side. If you're doing this movement with your head and your hands like this, it's a bigger movement. It's like the elbow sort of drawing a rainbow that's going like an arc diagonally across. And then bring your arms down, and we're going to do a little movement for the spine. So you could do a roll down, standard sort of roll down. If you want a roll down which doesn't put weight through your spine, go back to those hip hinges, hands on the thighs for support, and then a little pelvic tilt, and walk the hands up the body and grow tall and give yourself a shoulder roll. If you're doing that seated, sliding forwards, back is straight, and then we're doing that little pelvic tilt, so rolling back off the sit bones and then pushing the hands back. So that's to keep the spine straighter, no flexion and weight through the spine. Otherwise, you might do a roll down, a bit like you're peeling away from the back of the wall, so the head first, and then the spine follows. I like to use the inside of my legs, just as a little feel for something on the way down. Take a breath in when you're at a point where you're going to hold it. Puff up your spine, puff up your back even. And then as you breathe out, bringing yourself slowly up, pushing through your feet, some shoulder rolls. Maybe one more. I'm going to do a standing one as well. I'm going to open my arms outwards, this, and then a little bow of the head. Hands to the sides are either dangling or they might be touching your thighs. Just rolling down, softening my knees, keeping the weight fairly evenly balanced between my toes and heels. And it's a really nice place to have a little shoulder dangle. Just letting your arms make these little very natural circles just as your arm finds vertical. And then when you're ready to come up, take a breath into your back and puff it up. And then that tension from that breath helps bring you up, that and your core muscles. Lovely. Right, now we're going to take it either to the back of your chair, so sitting right back in your chair, or if you're comfortable to lie down, lie yourself down on your mat or your bed. You might want a cushion for the back of your head. It's always handy to have a cushion there because there's some moves that we'll do that you might think, I want a cushion in extra places. You might even want two because you might want one for your head and one for your pelvis at the point. So I've got my extra one here as well. And then we're taking ourselves downwards. Spend a little time just checking in with your head so that your eyes are naturally looking towards the ceiling rather than behind you. So looking a bit behind you suggests you need a bit more support under your head. And if it feels like you're looking almost down through your legs, too much under your head, check in with your pelvis and your feet. And then we'll settle. And if you're sitting on the back of your chair, you might have an extra cushion behind you. We're going to do some pelvic circles here. So for this, I think we can all imagine our tailbones. They're going from the back this time. Sometimes I just put a tray on my belly and imagine that. But I think we'll go for the tail end of the spine. Close your eyes and just get that tail end, like a pen drawing circles, just like you're doodling circly shapes over and over again. Letting your breath slow down. I like my hands on my pelvis here, partly because it's warm and my hands are always cold, but also I can feel the rotation. And pause. And now we're going to take it the other way. So I was doing anti-clockwise circles. They seem to be the easiest for me, and now I'm doing clockwise. One more. And then let your pelvis settle. If you sat on the chair, come to the front third of the chair. If you're on the ground, place your arms down by your sides. We're going to do a little alternating, one leg then the other leg. So we've all got our feet on the floor and we've all got our legs, whether we're sitting upwards or we're lying on the floor, all in this L shape, this sort of 90-degree angle. We're going to keep everything really steady on the pelvis and the belly and let our leg just roll out to the side, onto the side of the foot without this hip lifting up or this leg coming over with it. So just isolating to one leg coming out to the side and coming back in. And then the other side, out to the side and coming back in. You can place your hands back on your belly. The elbows out to the side actually give you a little bit more stability as well. So it's a little extra support there. Or you could bring your hands to your chest, elbows off the floor, and it instantly gets a bit more wobbly. So I've got a little bit of contraction going on here, just a mild tension. I'm giving it like a 3 out of 10. It's definitely not the most I can do. It's 3 out of 10 for what I could do with my belly. It might be for you that you feel you just need to move your legs a little bit less. It's a lot of effort here. And it might be that you are moving further outwards and you still feel it's controlled. And then put the arms out to the side and just let the legs have a little sway side to side. Next, we're doing something similar, but this is just isolating it in a slightly different way. So we'll have the arms down by the sides again. You can have your palms turned upwards if you like, that can be a bit more comfortable, or hands just resting on your thighs if you're sitting. I'm going to start with this leg. So take this leg up to tabletop if you're lying down. If you're sitting, it's going to be on the tip of your toes. You're just raising your heels slightly. Now I'm going to turn out at the hip. And the easiest way to think about this is show me your inner seam on your leggings or trousers. And then I'm going to straighten that leg back, put it down on the floor. I'm going to bring the other one up. I'm turning out at the seam. You can see how this knee comes outwards, but this inside seam sort of tilted up towards the ceiling. And then it comes back and this foot's to the floor. Again, you can keep your arms down. You could put your hands on your pelvis, or you can bring your arms in and it becomes less steady as you do that movement. Really working into the hips at the moment. And if I just show you for sitting. So I'm up on my tiptoes. Here's my out to the side. Straighten up and back. On my tiptoes. Out to the side. Back. So it's different from that movement we were doing before. Just takes it a little bit more accurate, a little bit more intense. Now the next thing we can do with this, you can stay like this, but another option is to go out to the side, extend that leg. Now I haven't fully extended it, see it can just be a bit. Bring it back in, straighten it up. Out to the side. Now I've extended it, and for that I'm off the floor. That feels better for me. Straighten back up. If that feels too much, stick to where we were. You're doing that lying down. We come up. We do this little external rotation. Now we lengthen away like we're trying to show the whole of that seam to the audience on the ceiling. Bring it back. Straighten up. There we go. One more the other side. And then slide things away. Slide your arms away, slide your legs away. You might have your arms down here, especially if you're on a chair. You might have your arms higher up if you're sitting. And then let your hands and feet just roll in and out. And then could you circle your wrists and circle your ankles? The next place we're going to go, if you're lying down, is on our fronts quite briefly. And this is where you might want an extra cushion, particularly here on your groin sort of area. If you have lower back pain or like tweaky feeling in your low back, it gets tight or crampy, I would put a cushion under there. If you're sitting, I'd like to sit on the front third of your chair. So if you're lying down, I've got a cushion under here. You might want a cushion for your forehead. I don't like it. I prefer to squash my nose. It feels more comfortable. It feels uncomfortable for my neck. Then we're going to be forehead down, arms down by our sides, thumbs down to the mat and little fingers up towards the ceiling, and slide your arms down. Keep your legs super long and then let things go. So you're sliding down. Our legs are really tight and long and stretching away, and then let things relax. So you can see the difference in that long sort of dart shape. So you can imagine you're shooting through the air, but we're staying on the ground. If you're sitting, we're at the front third of our chair, arms by our sides, and a little pull back of your arms, like that. I'll show you from the side of sitting here. I'm trying not to push forwards with my chest. It wants to. I'm really not letting it. It's more these arms, just give a little travel back. But you can feel it makes a difference to your chest here. It's almost like a proud sort of position. The same area that we gave the circles to at the beginning. Next, if you're lying down, you could lift your head and chest. So we've got our arms sliding down, the little fingers thinking about going a little upwards, so just bringing our thumbs off the floor. And that might feel like enough. If you want a little bit more, you can see my hands just slide back a little, lengthening my legs. Imagine someone sitting on my feet though, lifting my head up, lifting my chest up, and then straight down. And I'm just looking down the whole time. I don't bring my nose forwards. Taking a breath in before you lift and then breathing out as you come up. If you like to use your breath for this. Last one. And then put your arms somewhere more comfortable and give your bum a sway side to side. We're going to do one or two more. So you can stick with the arms, these fingers traveling back. You can keep the legs long all the way through if you are on the floor. Any extra would be, we can bring our arms a little further back. So you see my thumbs are really off the floor here. My legs are lengthened away, so they've got a lot of tension in them. I'm just giving them a little wobble to show. And then I'm going to lift my head and chest. Final thing is to lift the legs slightly. So I'm not looking for height with the legs. It's not like lifting them up here. It's length, like you're really flying through the air. And then take it down. You might want to go for a little lift and down, and lift and down. And then put your arms somewhere more comfortable. Give your legs and your bum a rest. If you're sitting, maybe some pelvic circles, like you're doing a hula hoop on top of the chair. And if you're lying down, you might want your head to one side to stop squashing your nose. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to sitting. So you might push yourself back with your hands and travel back that way. Or you might want to roll onto your side and push yourself up. And then we're nearly finished. It's gone so fast. We are at the end sitting. We're going to go back to those elbow circles, one side and then the other. Bring your hands to your head. Bring your elbows closer together. Open one side, open the other. Open one side, open the other. One more time. And then take the arms behind you, like you're just getting ready to run towards somebody, and give them a big hug and just give your fingers a wiggle. And then turn your palms and scoop up the air and bring your hands together into your chest. You are done. I feel like I've missed out on anybody coming in and saying hello. So let me just have a little look here. Oh, hello, Irene. Nice to have you here. Oh, I hope that went well for you. I shall be back next week. See you then.